Hello, welcome back. This is your energy update for November 29th. It's timeless as always. This is your past, present, future, what your soul is calling you to step out of, which is like your internal challenge, and then what your soul is calling you to step into, which is how to overcome this challenge. And just an energy update for where you're at right now in your life. Call on my spirit guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, God, higher power, spirit to be present through this reading. I allow you to use me as a divine channel to deliver divine messages. Okay. What is the energy of the past? A lot is flipping over without coming out, so it's like you've seen a lot, but you're done with it. The Six of Swords in the most recent past. Yeah, and this is the after tarot deck, like a moment after tarot. And so in the imagery of this card, usually in the Six of Swords, the woman and the child and the guy is in the boat in the water, but they have firmly planted their feet on new grounds. You have firmly planted your feet on new grounds. And like when you're on this boat going to this new world, like you have like she can't, in the regular Six of Swords, she can't see what's ahead of her. And so like, but you're in this energy of like you're thanking yourself for not giving up. You're thanking yourself and congratulating yourself for getting yourself so far. And then what is the energy of the present? I like it when it flies out because I feel like it's Spirit chooses for me. The Seven of Cups. So you have a lot of options. Yeah, you're on new grounds, new fertile grounds, and you have a lot of avenues and ways to go. The Three of Wands in the near future. Okay. So we'll get clarifiers to go deeper into the reading. No, that doesn't feel right. Okay. What is the challenge? What are our souls calling us to step out of? The Lovers. Okay. And how to overcome this challenge? What is our soul calling us to step into? No. I'm gonna shuffle it. The Fool. And then the Ten of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It is reversed. We'll keep it reversed. Okay, so the overall energy is you're releasing a lot, and the Ten of Wands is like the moving card. Yeah, let's get clarifiers. Let's clarify the Six of Swords. in the most recent past. The Five of Pentacles. So you may have had to leave a lot behind. You had to pack up your bags and be like, not everyone can come with me. I'm leveling up and I'm doing this for me. And if others can't rise to the occasion with me, then they're being left behind. And yeah, it's easier said than done. It can be painful, and it still hurts letting go of people, places, and things that you know no longer serve you, but it still hurts, like, because there's an attachment there. But you're going strong, and you know that you're on to better things. Way better things. Okay, let's clarify the Seven of Cups here in the present. Okay, the Four of Swords. So, yeah, you have a lot of different cups you can choose from, and right now you're being asked to take a moment to rest and reflect. You've gotten yourself thus far, and I feel this energy with you of like you're constantly on the go. You're constantly feeling like you need to find the next new thing and keep growing and keep, I want to say grinding, but we should be in the energy of playing and not working so hard. Being in that feminine energy, that magnetic energy. But it's okay to rest. Just because you rest doesn't mean it's not going to work. Doesn't mean that you're not moving forward. It's actually going to help you move forward. But before you make any decision, Spirit and your soul is wanting you to take a time out for yourself to reflect before you move forward, so that you don't make any rash decisions, and so that you don't make like the wrong decision. And with the wrong decision, like whatever you choose, it's going to be what's meant for you. You can't necessarily like make the wrong decision. Everything happens for a reason. All paths lead to the same destination. You'll learn lessons as you go through it, and you'll come out better and stronger. But you're just being called to rest, come back to earth, ground yourself before you make any decisions to really move forward. And let's get one more card to clarify the Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Four of Swords here. We have Death. Yeah, this came out in the present in the last reading that I did on here. So you're still going through a major transition and shift. And you don't want to act in chaos. You want to act in stability. So take the time to rest. Allow yourself the time to integrate what it is that needs to be integrated. Take the time to allow this new identity to integrate. Okay, let's clarify the Three of Wands here. The Queen of Pentacles. So every time the Three of Wands comes out for me, I hear like a loud train horn, and I hear a train like coming and moving by. So it's like, and the Three of Wands is all about movement, because what comes after is the Four of Wands, which is like leveling up, like hitting milestones. And so you're in the near future, you're really building this momentum that's going to help you hit milestones in your life. And paired with the Queen of Pentacles, The Queen of Pentacles is very abundant and grounded, and she doesn't need much. She knows how to make nothing into something. So you're very resourceful. Just because if you feel like you don't have everything that you need, you do. You're very resourceful. You have everything that you need to get yourself to the next level, to get yourself to hit this milestone that you're wanting to hit. And let's pull one more. The Three of Cups. So get excited. Allow yourself to get excited. Allow yourself to feel and embody the energy that you're wanting to create, that you're wanting to experience, because that's how it works. And it's not like fake it till you make it. It's intention. You're moving with intention by acting as the version of yourself that you want to be. And it just makes so much sense, because by acting as the person you want to be, you are the person that you want to be. And when you do things for yourself, everything just is that aligns your life. That energy within you, it aligns everything in your life to match that frequency within you, because you're being authentic. You're doing things for yourself. Okay, let's clarify the Lovers and what your soul is calling you to step out of, and it's like the internal challenge. Why is the Lovers here in the internal challenge? The Seven of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. This is what your soul is calling you to step out of. So, clarifying the Lovers, we have the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. And in the present, we also have the Seven of Cups. So, like, really, the energy that your soul is wanting you to step out of is, how I'm reading this, is kind of being in this hyper independent energy and liking and like getting an ego boost from all the options that you may have, especially regarding love, but also regarding if love doesn't resonate for you, then the Lovers also talks about following your heart and making choices. So it's like you've been in this energy in the past. You've been in this energy of independence, and I'm getting hyper independence, and your soul is calling you to step into this Fool energy, this new beginning. Let's clarify it. But also with the Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups and the Lovers, it's like maybe you've been in a, like, maybe you are. What I'm getting is, like, if you are in a relationship, this is for those of you who, what I'm about to say is for those of you who are in a relationship. It's maybe things have been back and forth or kind of wishy-washy, and maybe what I'm getting, this is for people who have been like back and forth with someone, and it's not like super toxic. This is with someone where things just haven't fully been as healthy as they could be. It's like you had to, in the last reading I did, you had to realize and recognize your own patterns. And yeah, the time you had by yourself helped you recognize those patterns, but it wasn't right now. That's not going to serve you. Now, what's not going to serve you is being in this like chaotic, like not knowing where you're going, what to do energy. Oh, I'm trying to like make this make sense. Like, what if I'm trying to find the right words. Let's pull a card to clarify the Fool. and then it'll make a little bit more sense to me. And always when I start readings in the beginning of it, the channel isn't as strong, but then in more towards the end and middle of the reading, then it like the message hits me. Okay. Justice. And the Magician. Okay. So you are the creator of your reality. And let's see. Let me take a second. Yeah, it's like you've wanted to have a stable and like secure foundation with someone and build a life, but you've been in this like just let go. You'll just let go at when things get hard. And you're like I'm independent, and like yeah, like that's good. That's good that you want to be that way, but also there's a line. There's being hyper independent, and then what your soul's calling you to step into. We have the Magician and Justice, clarifying the Fool. So with this, I'm getting that with the Magician, you are the master of your own life. If you want, like, it's up to you when you want a relationship to happen. It's up to you to decide that you deserve to be treated with respect. And hold on. Choices with the Lovers, the Seven of Cups. Yeah, you are the creator of your reality. And the energy your soul is calling you to step into is this embracing this new beginning. And so what I was trying to say earlier, for those of you who've been in a back and forth relationship where like the person isn't like toxic, you guys are a good match. There's just been like trauma responses that both of you have needed to really work on and realize, and like you've been in like a separation time, a separation period, but this time like you guys are coming back together and like really embodying this brand new beginning as new people. And this is not for people who've been in a abusive, toxic relationship, someone who doesn't treat them right. That's not what I'm saying here. This is for two people who are a good match, and you know that you're a good match, but you've just had things that you've needed to work on before you could truly come into this union, this alignment with them. And yeah, so Justice and the Magician with the Fool. The scales are balancing. And by embodying this new beginning and by working on yourself and having this interdependence, not hyper independence or independence alone, because we crave connection, this interdependence, learning how to be your own person within a relationship. Okay. I feel like pulling some of these cards to clarify a little bit deeper. Let's clarify the most recent past. Sorrow. Yeah, in the most recent past, you've really felt some deep emotions and grief, and for this old version of yourself, for past things. And like, yeah, even though, and that's totally fine that you feel that way, because even though you know that you're moving towards what's truly meant for you, it can still be painful to have to release people, places, and things, and even old versions of yourself, because being in the unknown is, it can be terrifying, but you also know that you're fucking built for this. And so at this, like, yeah, it can be scary, but at the same time, you're like, bring it on. Okay, let's clarify. Yeah, and see, now the channel is really coming together. Clarify. Courage. I'm built for this. In the present, yeah, you're in this very, like soft and grounded, courageous, like quiet, courageous, confident energy. And you know that you're going through this shift, and other people can sense it too. They're like, there's something different about you, and they can't quite put their finger on it, because you're doing the work. You know where you're going, and you don't need other people to know. Like, yeah, you're really about to flourish with the flower here. You're glowing. You're radiating this beautiful, confident, strong, and soft, and just everything. You're radiating this beautiful energy, because you've really built this confidence, like a true confidence, not egoic confidence, this true confidence within yourself. And you know how you've been through a lot of deaths and rebirths, and this is yet another one, but you know how to handle it. You really have learned how to master maneuvering through these deaths and rebirths. You know, you've mastered surrender. That's what it is, because going through a dark night of the soul is all about surrendering, and it's all about teaching you to master surrender, and you've really mastered surrender. And in the last reading I did on here, I talked about the scene in Avatar: The Last Airbender where Aang is talking to the guru, and the guru's teaching him how to, like, master the chakras, and when they get to the crown chakra, it's all about needing to release attachments, which is kind of like surrendering to, so that you allow the flow of the cosmic flow to flow through you and into your life, because you've released resistance. Okay, let's clarify. Literally. Abundance. Clarifying the near future, which is just the energy you're moving into. Yeah, you know that you're on your way to this true abundance, and you're building this, you're coming into and building this momentum to reach certain milestones for yourself, which will really, like, you're already in an abundant energy, but it's just gonna flourish. It's gonna just keep adding layers and layers of this abundance into your life. See? There we go. I was struggling there for a little bit, but we're here. Okay. Let's clarify what your soul is calling you to step out of in the challenge here. Why is this energy showing up? Not quite. Master and the Lovers when I split the deck. And we're clarifying the Lovers, 7 of Cups, and 9 of Pentacles, but we're gonna pull one. The Lovers. Clarifying the Lovers, the Seven of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles, and what your soul's calling you to step out of. And then we have letting go. So it's like you've been in this energy of like I want to say like leaving someone or breaking up with someone, and letting go of things that may not need to have been let go of when you just needed to recognize certain patterns. That's only for certain people. If you're not being treated well, like, leave them. If you know you need to leave them, go. But this is clarifying where your soul's calling you to step out of. Is stop and go watch the last reading that I did, because the oracle card that we pulled at the end talked about releasing things that may not need to be released, because it's something that could benefit you in the future. And once we pull oracle cards, it'll really pull the whole reading together. But yeah, like, I hope this is making sense. This will find who it needs to find. But yeah, your soul is wanting you to step out of this energy of like releasing, like just shedding everything. You don't need to just shed everything. Like, yeah, shed things and versions of yourself that are no longer serving you, but just because you're in that energy doesn't mean you need to let go of everything and restart all over and over and over again. You can still hold on to certain things in your life to give you that sense of grounding. But use your discernment. Use your discernment. Always trust yourself over anyone else. I will preach that till the day I die. I'll be a vessel for the truth until I'm barely breathing. Okay, let's clarify Justice, the Fool, and the Magician. And then we'll pull oracle cards. We have isolation, and it came out reversed. So you don't need to isolate yourself. Ooh, okay, yeah. So with this independence thing that I was talking about earlier, with what your soul is calling you to step out of, it's okay to show your emotions. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be raw and messy in front of people. You don't need to hide yourself away and deal with it all alone. Like, yes, use your discernment with the people you do that around, but the lover in your life should be able to be that one of those people for you. Not all the time, but to a certain extent. And so maybe you've been scared of these big emotions that you've had, and so you've just been in this diverted, is that the right word? Diverted into this hyper independent energy, like, no, let me take care of it myself, when this person wanted to be there for you, but just you didn't know how to communicate it. And so what your soul's calling you to step into is to step out of this isolation and allow yourself to be supported by others. Ooh, beautiful. And yeah, like once you decide that you deserve that and are okay with that, because yeah, it can be uncomfortable, but once you decide that you deserve to be supported and loved, then that's when the scales will really start to balance out. And with the Magician, it's like, yeah, you're the creator of your own reality, so you need to learn how to communicate. And the Magician is ready to assert himself into the world, and he's ready to let his energy be seen and not hide away and make himself small anymore. Yeah, and that's part of this new beginning, is that this is a new energy for you. it's new, so it can be scary, and like you're still learning how to maneuver through this new energy. But this is part of your divine justice. This energy has been this energy has been like desiring you to recognize this so that it can come in for you. And you're starting to recognize it. And yeah, transformation. And yeah, it can be like soul rocking to kind of like recognize that, but once you really like see that, you're like, holy shit, I was really operating in that way. But just love yourself, give yourself grace, love yourself through it, because that time of your life served a purpose. Now you've learned, you're really coming into your it's like this big energy. Yeah, this visual that I'm getting is like this small person, and you are just in this big open energy now where you're like, I'm not shrinking myself anymore. I'm not allowing people to make me feel uncomfortable. And yeah. And on the bottom of the deck we have postponement. She's looking into this square, into this, it's like she's already there. You were always there. You just had to see it. She's there right now, but she's looking through this window. Where she's at is gray, but like it's all the same. You were always there. You just really had to see it. Yeah, with the song Upside Down by Jack Johnson, where he says, what does he say? As reflections fade, but in some ways they remain the same. As my mind begins to spread its wings, something curiosity. I can't think of it right now, but as the ground breaks, something like the ground breaks, reflections fade, but in some ways they remain the same. So like you're in this whole new energy, but it's also like things are the same, but you're in this whole new energy. As the surface breaks, it came to me, as the surface breaks, reflections fade, but in some ways they remain the same. As the surface breaks, as you've stepped into this new foundation, as the surface breaks, reflections fade, but in some ways they remain the same. Yeah. Okay. And you've been being guided this whole time, and you know it, like. And yeah, sometimes you might second guess yourself, like, oh, like, no, is this just all in my head? No, it's not all in your head. You are very divinely guided and protected. Okay, we're gonna pull one of these. This is the Oracle of Rama. I like the main message it has, but I don't really like to read the whole thing because anyways, we're just gonna pull one. Calm within the storm, summit of happiness. Rama wins Sita as his wife by breaking the bow of Lord Shiva. The author describes this as the summit of happiness. Indication: supremely auspicious. The fruit of good karma is now reaped. The fruit of good karma is now reaped. A miraculous deed heralds a new era. Ooh, I'm reading that again. A miraculous deed heralds a new era. Good news arrives from a foreign land. Synchronistic achievements bring unity. A victorious return home. The summit of happiness is gained. Ooh, a victorious return home. You've really come back home to yourself, your authenticity, your that doesn't even capture like what it is I'm trying to say. You've really come home to this, your essence, and the summit of happiness is gained because you know what it is you need, you know who you are, you know where you're going. The summit of happiness has been gained because you know what you need to do to create that for yourself. And then an oracle card fell on the ground. Okay. Being with discomfort. At times of discomfort, I courageously seek my soul essence, which is clear, pure, and luminous. Ooh. At times of discomfort, I courageously seek my soul essence, which is clear, pure, and luminous. This is my Soulful Woman oracle deck. And we'll pull one more of these. Okay. 2 came out. Service as co-creation. My service, no matter how great or small, is a conscious act of co-creation with the world. In the flow. When I am in the flow, magic happens. Okay. And then we're going to pull one of these to close the reading out. And I want to thank you for being here. It truly means the world to me. I just genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, just want to help the world and people in whatever way I can. And yeah, my service, no matter how great or small, is a conscious act of co-creation with the world. just being here, reading tarot, like, it's my favorite thing to do. It feeds my soul. So, like, truly, thank you for being here. And I really hope that you got something out of it. Okay. The candle just came out. Ooh. Rest. Okay. Rest. We bring you the gift of rest. We ask you to reflect on what you truly need. Do you need a break for an hour or so now to relax and recharge? Or do you need to change your lifestyle to more regularly include rest so you sustain your vitality, sense of well-being, and creative energy? Do you need rest that is active, that helps you switch off your mind and come out of your head into your body? Do you need rest that is physically still, to deeply replenish your energy reserves at a deeper cellular level? Do you need mental rest to let go of worry and stress, or emotional rest to let you off an emotional roller coaster and into some simple acceptance and happiness for a time. Rest can happen in different ways and on different levels. We bring you the gift of all types of rest and ask that you choose that which will feel best for you at this time. Yeah, that rest has been coming through so strongly the past couple weeks. So, really, really take the time to rest, especially through this powerful transformative energy that this collective is going through right now. So, yeah. Again, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.